Hello everyone, we are starting with the marketing subject here. So marketing, as you all know, that it's an optional kind of a subject for you. At the same time, this marketing is only for 50 marks. Actually, ratherly it is 60 marks, but the 10 marks is all about the vocational skills. You learn about communication skills. It's all about more into English. So I think that will be dealt with your school because that is their own project which they have, so that they'll be dealing with. So here we are concentrated here for the 50 marks because there we have this chapters, and those chapters are directly related to the commerce subjects. So on that basis we'll be going with that part, that is employability skills. So in that employability skills you have 5 units or 5 chapters, okay, all small units, just 10 marks each for the each unit. So we will go through with one by one chapter, and after solving or after discussing one unit or chapter, as usual we will have a question paper solving also with that. Only MCQs, not much, because as in marketing, you know that you don't get the material, I mean the question papers, but we have the materials combining from all the different kinds of question papers from previous model papers, and so that will be very helpful for you. Okay, so on that basis we shall start. Your first unit or the first topic for marketing is all about the product. Unit 1. Unit 1 is all about product. We all know what is a product is. Anything which is physically been seen, anything which is physically been touched, anything which physically been feel, that is called as product. We are not concerning here about the intangible product. Okay, I'll come to that. So this chapter, as I said, it is for 10 marks. So I will tell you what are the contents you have in this unit, so that it will be easy for us to go ahead. First is the concept. To understand what is a product. Second is we have the product life cycle. Product life cycle. Okay. Then we have classification of product. Classification of product. And last but not the least, we have packaging and labeling. What do you mean by packaging and how important is that? And labeling. So here, this is for 1 mark, all right. This is product life cycle, usually for 2 marks and sometimes 3 marks. So I'll give it this 3. Classification of products, again 3 marks, all right. And this is again for 3 marks. So 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 1, it is totally of 10 marks. All right. So these are the unit things which we have here in this chapter called product. Now, let me make you understand what exactly is product. Okay, I'll go one by one. Okay, we all know what is a product. This is a product. The shirt is a product. This is a product. Everything is a product here. Okay, this board is also a product. So product means, see, which I can see. I can see the board. I can touch the board. Sorry, I can touch the board, and also I can feel it. Yes, when I write, I feel that yes, something is. So all the visible items, we call it as tangible items, or we also call it as visible items, are referred to as product here in your syllabus. We are not talking about intangible assets. Intangible assets like goodwill, reputation, copyrights, patents, we are not referring. Only tangible. Understood what is the concept of product? 1 marks. How you have to write is, a product is defined as a physical goods which can be touched, seen and felt, and the product which is also with dealing with buying and selling trade. So these are the things which you have to write just for 1 marks. All right. Now let us go to the next one, that is product life cycle. Product life cycle. What do you mean by product life cycle? See, human also have a life cycle. Infant, then child, then teenager, then adult, then senior adult, like that. So here also product also has a life cycle. So what is that? I'll tell you in the format of a graph. Okay. Okay, this is how it actually looks. Okay, now here what I'll do like this so that it will be helpful for you to understand. Okay, four parts. The first one is introduction. Introduction stage. I'll explain what is that. Introduction. Then comes the growth. Then comes the maturity, and then comes the decline. Then comes the decline. If you want, I'll write it here. It is not clear there. Introduction stage, we say. We can also say stages of product, okay, or product life cycle. Anything. If they ask stages of product, don't leave the question. It is the same thing. Introduction is first stage. Second stage is growth. Okay. Third is the maturity. And fourth and the last one is decline. Okay. See, these are the four. So, one marks each. So, like that they give. You have to write this kind of a graph, assumption of graph, and mention it. So, what here basically is introduction, growth, maturity, decline. These are the four stages of marketing or product. See, there are actually 6 stages, but your syllabus is stopping only for 4, because maybe another 2 stages that is not here. Maybe you will be studying in your BCom or BBM, or maybe in your further courses. Here, every product will go through these stages. Every product, I'm saying every product means every single product will go through with these stages or this cycle, life cycle. What happens is, first time when this marker was introduced in the market, it's an introduction stage. Means it is just crawling now, like how infant crawl, no? It is just making an awareness in the market and having a kind of a awareness to the customers, saying that this is a marker which don't need an ink. You can just, in the touch screen, you can just write. So it's a new one. So it will take little time for people to understand and then buy the product. Once people start buying and buying and buying, what happens? The growth of the sales of this marker goes high. That is the that is the second stage. So it will have a growth. First 10 people, they took some time. 50 people, little more time. 100 people, little more time. After that, till 1000 people, it was just like this, because people understood, okay, this product is good. We need to take this. We need to buy this. So that's a growth stage which will reach the very good graph. So this is the growth stage. See here, you can see the incline towards the increase. Okay. Next, maturity. Now here is the boom. We call in the this part, no, this part we call it as boom period, or we also call it as the maturity or saturation. Means this has become to the saturated now. Means above than that it won't happen, because one more another kind of a marker with upgraded technology has come into the market. So what happens to this market? Now this is on the maturity now. Everybody wants this. That's on the maturity now. But when the new product with a new upgradation is launching in the market, means that is introducing in the market. So what happens here? It will not still go up. It will start declining. See here, it will start declining. Means this product comes down. For example, before we had typewriting machine, introduction it was, then growth, then maturity. Every house had a typewriting machine. But after computers and now laptops and other things introduced, where is typewriters? Decline. So this is the life cycle, or this is the stages of product. Understood? 3 marks you should get from here. 3 to 4 marks also they'll ask. I'll just give as minimum 4 marks. Okay? Understood? Yes. Very simple topics these are. That's why I'm not giving much importance. Next, going to the classification of product. What are the different kinds of products you have? Classification Classification of product. Classification of product. There are different kinds of products. Okay, you just have to know what are those. First one is consumer product. Consumer product. Next is capital product or capital good, we also say. Next is semi-finished product, finished product or finished good, we also say. Correct? Yeah, these are the four things we have. What is consumer product? Means whomsoever the consumer customer, whatever they buy in the market, in the malls, in the retail or with the wholesalers, that is called as consumer product. What we marker, all these things, no? What we and you buy. Capital. Capital product is not this. Capital products usually from business to business it happens. For example, there is a machine which produces or manufactures something, some other product. That is a capital asset or a capital good or a capital product. So that is capital product. Semi-finished means it is fully not prepared, but some businesses wants that. For example, tire. Tire is a finished good for somebody. But for a car automobile company, it's a semi-finished good because the tire has to be attached to a car. So semi-finished product or semi-finished good. And last one is finished good. Finished good and consumer product is one and the same. But in the finished good, what happens is it can be B2B, it can be B2C. What is B2B? Business to business. What is B2C? Business to customers or consumers. So business can also take, see, tire is a finished product for somebody, but they are taking it. For them it is semi-product, but for them it is finished product. So B2B also happens. B2C, yes, all these are finished products. Marker, shirt, board, all these things are finished products. So that is how it happens. So these are the classification, types, kinds, everything. 3 marks again. Got it? You should get 3 marks. Understood? Okay. Coming to the last part of this chapter or unit, what is that? Packaging and labeling. I'll give the difference here. Packaging, labeling. So what happens here with packaging and labeling? What is packaging? What is labeling? I'll give the differences here. You can see. This is first step. After the product is being produced, no, this is the first step. This is the next or second, I can say. Second step. First step is packaging, means you have to pack that properly, and second is labeling. Second difference of packaging. Every product has to be packed. Every product has to be packed. And here, every product again has to be labeled. Both are same. Every product has to be packed and packaging is to be done, and every product has to be labeled also. This is for safety of the product. For safety of the product. This is for identification of the product. For identification of the product means the moment you label on that container or on that package, no, you will get to know, okay, this is my product, or this container has these products. So that is labeling. So identification here, and this is for safety. Not only safety, sometimes even for the decorative or maybe attraction also. And last one is, that is, both have the same, that is, rules to be followed, or we also say protocols. Here also I'll write it as protocols. So what is protocols or what is rules to be followed? Means perishable items has to be packed in the way it has to be packed, like container, like tin, like plastic wrapping, something. Non-perishable goods in a different way, and automobiles in a different way. So every product has their own kinds of packing, but labeling again protocols. What protocols is? Yes, labeling means not only writing the product name, origin of that, from where to where it is going, what is the product content, what is this specification, all this identification has to be given in the labeling. Both are important, both are important. Okay, so these are the product which happens with the packaging and labeling. See, now we have this packaging with a different concern of whether nowadays most of the cities and most of the countries, they have banned the plastic packaging, but yet there are some degradable things which they have made. So what happens is, now whatever it might be, there is a packaging which needs, because of the safety and attractiveness of the product. But here labeling is not like that. Even if you don't label, it won't be a problem. But the problem is when you're making a transit, when you're making a shipment, how will you get to know with the thousands of container in the ship? How will you get to know in that lorry or a truck which is your container or which is your box? So for that, labeling is much important. Like how you have the notes, no? You book, you maintain a separate books for different subjects. You wrap that, yes, but labeling also should be done. Because why? Because you will never identify which subject this book is all about. So that is labeling. So that is, both are important. Understood? Again, for this also 3 marks. Got it? Understood what are the things we have in this unit? 3 marks. They can ask what is packaging, what is labeling. You have it in hand. Classification of product or kinds of products or types of products. These are the things. Okay, and product life cycle, very important. Usually they ask for 4 marks, but I have given for 3. Usually they ask for 4 marks, so 3 or 4, whatever, so that marks will be asked. Got it? So product life cycle, and last understanding is what is the concept of product. So these are the things which you have in the unit 1. As I told you, marketing is like a cakewalk. Why? Because when you have studied the business studies subject, if you have taken a business studies subject, then this is like 80% coverage is there in the business studies. So it is obvious that it will make a proper product segmentations. Okay, so this is how, oh yeah, one more thing I wanted to mention. This can also be said as segmentation of product or product segmentation. Segments: consumer product, capital product, semi-finished product, finished products or goods. Okay, so it can be segments. So different words, but it is almost the same. Understood, guys? 10 marks in your hand, and unit 1 is all about this. You know, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 and unit 4 is all about 4 P's of marketing. So now we have finished product. Next will be price. Third one will be place or channel distribution. Fourth one will be promotion. So this is how we go. So we will go to the second chapter, but before that, let me just show you how exactly the questions will be asked, because you don't get the question paper even in your Google also for this chapters, but we have collected from different source of the model question papers previously. So on that we are doing it. Okay, so let's go ahead with the question paper solving, so that I think you will get a clear idea. All right, okay, let's go ahead.